Sagittarius. Hi, I'm Chris. Welcome to your November reading. So, Sagittarius, a lot going on. You're the last reading of the month, but certainly not least. Big things going on in your sign. Namely, Sun entering your sign at the end of the month. Happy early birthday to any of you November Sagittarius. But also, the big fucking deal that we're talking about here is your ruling planet, Jupiter, moving into your sign tomorrow. Abundance, Sagittarius, growth, expansion. Such a lucky, beneficent, abundant, energy of blessings. Because Sagittarius, maybe you've been feeling like things haven't been quite fair. Justice in reverse. Maybe you've been feeling like you deserve more. Like the world should have been giving you more. Being a child of Jupiter, Sagittarius, luck and good fortune and abundance are almost something you might feel a little entitled to. Your ruling planet is the father of abundance and good things. And it might be feeling like things just haven't maybe been going the way you've felt like they should be. When you looked at your life and you feel like where you are right now, it's just like almost not a how did I get here, but how did I end up in this place that in certain ways is just not fulfilling me in the way I always thought, very naturally, very easily thought I would be fulfilled. Big dreams, 9 of Cups, Sagittarius. Expecting abundance. And maybe not getting it. Now, this isn't necessarily to say you're hard up, right? The 9 of Cups, it's upright. You're still getting what you need. You're still getting things that are feeling good. It's not totally bleak. But this Scorpio season, I think, has been particularly hard on the fire signs. The depth and the darkness is just something that fire signs are just not quite used to. Could throw you for a loop. Having to be heavy and dark and overly pensive, maybe, right? Like, we know that Sagittarius thinks a lot. But like that broody sort of introverted, overthinking, beating yourself up feeling, right? When you have to deal with that much hard energy. Sagittarius, things are looking up. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. So now, there's a switch that's happening. There's a transformation that's happening. Sagittarius, I think, is learning to be on your own. It doesn't have to mean literally alone, but like taking care of yourself. Financially, maybe, but more so about taking care of your own needs. 5 of Pentacles often represents loneliness, hardship financially, right? In reverse, especially falling next to these cards, especially this one, my sense here is like not feeling so alone right now. And if you are feeling alone, at least feeling capable, right? Because with the Five of Pentacles in reverse, the energy of maybe loneliness is still kind of there, but it's being dealt with. It's not keeping you stuck. It's not keeping you from seeing the potential of what the future will hold. It's not making you forget the things that you should be grateful for. The blessings that you do have, the abundance that you do have, is still there. So if you've been in a place where maybe you've been sulking a little, where you've been maybe feeling a little bad for yourself or a little hard on yourself, that's Scorpio energy. Pity. No one has it as hard as me. I'm a Scorpio. Ah. So that's okay. It's part of the process of how you get into what comes next. This whole season, this starting in the summer with all the eclipses and the retrogrades, and then now we're dealing with Venus retrograde and reviewing the things that are meaningful to us, reviewing the relationships that are important to us, the things that we do for a living that fills us with joy and happiness. All of that is under review. And towards the end of the month, when Venus goes direct, when we have the sun in Sag, when Jupiter's in Sag, we have Venus in Libra, like, good things coming. You see, because this is what's happened. This sort of uncertainty about what you deserve, this maybe having things but not being totally fulfilling, this maybe being a little like in the cold, right, has pushed you to do better, to be better, to find out what more life has to offer, to get closer in touch with yourself and what you want and what you aspire to as well, right? It's really lit up this sort of Sagittarius spirit of optimism, of good is out there and I'm gonna go fucking find it. So this, no matter what your financial situation is, the brokenness, I was gonna say brokenness, right? This Five of Pentacles, like, sense of being without, is now turned into action. I'm gonna find the relationship that's right for me. I'm gonna find the career that's right for me. I'm gonna find the living situation that's right for me. I'm not gonna be stuck, because it's my birthday. Ain't nobody got time to be sad and alone on their birthday. Especially not Sagittarius, the light of the world. So all of this is lessons. All of this is teaching you. With the Nine of Cups, sometimes it's about being careful what you wish for. Because as much as you can be collecting all of these cups, all of these things, all of these like surface level things that feel good and look nice and are shiny, there's a sense of being without still. There's a sense of missing something, especially coming up next to the Five of Pentacles like that, right? But it spurred you forward. If you're angry, if you're sad, that energy is propelling you forward. I've done 12 readings, and this is the first time this card's come up. A lot of the cards have repeated themselves, but a lot of these are new ones actually for you guys. Four of Wands. Celebration, comfort, happiness, right? Jupiter and Sag, man. I think what's happening too with Jupiter and Sag, now we're talking about it, being in your sign, it's about the expansion of yourself and your identity and who you are and who you want to be in the world. It triggers all those Sagittarian qualities of being gung-ho, of believing in like your, or almost, and I don't mean this in a negative way, your entitlement to happiness and joy and abundance. Because what you want is a happy home. What you want is the celebration, the joy, the comfort, the love, the maybe commitment, right? Everyone jokes about like on the internet, everyone jokes about how Sagittarius people like don't settle down, but every Sagittarius I've ever known has always like aspired to be, or is very relationship oriented. Every single one. I can't think of a single Sagittarius I know who is like loosey-goosey, just wants to like get it in whenever they and however they can. So I don't know why Sagittarius has a reputation for like being a commitment phobe. Because this is what you want. You do want commitment. You do want growth. You do want expansion and connection and a happy life. Like happy home life, happy domestic life. And that's what you're seeking. You see this transformation coming out of this loneliness, this feeling of emotional destituteness, looking for more, and then finding it. November could be a month, Sagittarius, where you start to just feel very at home, where you start to feel like you're able to find like relax and rest and have fun and feel a joie de vivre. It's like a collective like sigh like of relief once this like heavy energy is over, right? And then we're looking for purpose in our work. So we're looking for purpose in our relationships, and then we're looking for purpose in our work. Very Venus in Libra right here, right? Aspiring for beauty, aspiring for meaning, for purpose. This is a month, Sagittarius, where I think you get closer to the thing that you actually want to do for a living, the thing that fills you with passion, the thing that fills you with joy. You might have experiences in the month of November that validate, like, this is what I want to do. This is, if I could wake up every morning and do this is what I want. What is my Jupiter in? I don't know. I have to look that up. I should know that. I know my Saturn's in Sagittarius, but why am I saying that? Because it's growing. This is the last quarter moon, right before it turns full. Do you feel, Sagittarius? No matter what place you're in, do you feel the potential for where you're going? For what life could be? How good it can be? Like, this is something I think you know, right? That's why I think you can get so, like, butthurt in your feelings sometimes. because you know that like joy is available, you know that love is available, you know that connection is available. And it's coming. We're almost there, Sagittarius. This period of your life where you felt without, where you felt in pain, where you felt like things were unfair or just not going your way, that's all coming to an end. My cat. Hi, Gypsy. I think she heard me call her, but she's pretending. Gypsy. Anyway. It's coming to an end, Sagittarius. It's almost like, what's that Barbra Streisand song? Happy Days Are Here Again. You're about to start feeling that. Florence and the Machine, Dog Days Are Over. I think we're going into December, finishing up November into December, feeling like the dog days are over. Does that mean we're out of the woods? Necessarily, no. But you're not in the same like emotional and mental headspace that was keeping you feeling like you're without. Queen of Wands, energized. Warmth, like magnetism. This is you exuding light. And then by exuding that light, it attracts positive things to you. It attracts success. It attracts love. It attracts creativity and projects that allow you to like be yourself and adventures and things like that that just make you feel alive. There's an aliveness. There's a vitality that I think is coming back to Sagittarius. A sort of no more of this like low rent way of being, low rent way of living. The Queen of Wands is asking you to sort of like light your own fire. To recognize that like everything good like stems from you. It's very like law of attraction, like attracts like kind of thing, right? The energy you put out brings brings things back to you that are good. I'm laughing just because like this is two things. One, because the court cards are often thought about representing people. But I believe, and it's kind of being proven in the readings I've been doing, that like they really often represent more so aspects of our personalities. Ways of being that we need to embody. But they also do represent other people. So simultaneously, Sagittarius, it's time to move forward. It's time to lighten your spirits. This month is going to see you lightening your spirits. It's the fire that you light inside of yourself creatively, sexually, romantically, in your passions, right? It's almost like lighting the end of a firecracker, and then the firecracker just goes off with the Knight of Swords. And you're charging into your season, into the December, into the new year, supercharged with clarity. That's what I think has been happening these last few months is a gaining of clarity. And with that clarity, with that airy, like swords clarity, you can see clearer, you can see farther, and now you know where you're going. I was also laughing because there is air sign energy that's been dealing with Sagittarius, right? On both ends. So Sagittarius, if you are dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, I think they are playing a part in this new attitude that you have. Whether they are directly involved in your life or maybe part of the reason that you were feeling this way, that experience is spurring you forward. You're inspired. You're inspired. Whether this person inspires you negatively or positively, or maybe a little bit of both. Inspiring you to move forward and like take charge of your life and take control over like how you live. The only reason I say that is because, especially with the way these two cards are facing each other, this to me looks like a relationship dynamic. Let's talk about this for a second, Lana, right? And I kind of hope the Sagittarius that this applies to in my life isn't watching this. Look, or if he is, whatever. Like, maybe it needs to be heard. This person, if you are dealing with a person, whether they're an air sign or not, just someone who has this personality of kind of like doing their thing, going with the flow of life, kind of just being adventurous and out there and outgoing and focused on themselves in a way. If this person hurt you and maybe dulled your shine a little bit, there's a lesson that you need to take away from this. First of all, this person isn't trying to hurt anybody. Does he hurt people? Yes. But it's not out of malice. It's almost like he's going too fast and is a little reckless and is maybe a little self-centered and so focused on what he's doing that sometimes people get knocked around along the way. So what I'm asking of Sagittarius, if you guys have been dealing with this difficult energy and it has been heavy for you, is like not to internalize it. And in fact, what you need to do now, if you have been internalizing it, is dig deep and it's almost as if you have a little pilot light in your like solar plexus that you just need to like turn up again. Because the good thing that air does to fire, it feeds it, it makes it grow. Right? Too much can put the fire out. Too much air extinguishes a fire. But the right amount could reignite you. Anyway. Sagittarius. And this goes for anybody, guys. If you've been hurt, it's whether this is another person or not, or you, it's still like a lightness to them, right? This person isn't taking too much too seriously. Except, his goals, his vision, his ambition, his glory, right? So if you're not dealing with that person, this represents you, let go of the baggage right now, Sagittarius. There's too much. You see the way like the horse is moving really fast, but it's like feet aren't even like hitting the ground. That's how like light and airy it is. That's how fast he's going. Towards your dreams, towards the realization of all the things you want in life, towards this Four of Wands, like love and happy home. And then rounding out the reading, we have the High Priestess. So, a month of growth and personal understanding of self, right? The High Priestess gets us in touch with the deepest parts of ourselves. Similarly, in the way that the Seeker is seeking those parts of himself. But this is more of like an external journey, and this is an internal one. The High Priestess here says, don't internalize things, but process. And on the bottom of the deck, what's been fueling all this, Sagittarius? A sense of maybe your life being turned upside down in certain ways. Of the foundations you created for yourself, like not working out anymore, and crumbling. But now it's time to sit with yourself, to reflect on who you are and what you're becoming and who you're becoming. And that's the foundation. Once the tower of falsehoods has crashed and fallen and broken apart, this is how you build a foundation from like the ground up, not even the ground, deeper than the ground, like the fucking subconscious up. And with the High Priestess, there's a sense of faith in yourself. Look at the way these two cards together, it's just being led by intuition. This is what I told that Sagittarius that I mentioned before, right? Like, he's making like really crazy life moves, and I told him, it's like, just, you know, you're following your instincts, and, you know, they're gonna change. You're mutable fire, right, Sagittarius? Like, what you want and what you want at any given moment can change really fast. But as long as you're in touch with your intuition, as long as like what you're doing, the moves you're making aren't like rooted in superficial things or other people influencing you to what you want to do. If what you're doing is true to yourself, that's the guide you need, right? So when things feel like they're not working out and you need to switch it up, you know the moves you need to make. But you have to be still, you have to be silent, you have to be able to go within and listen to yourself and know what's true and know who you are. And this month teaches you in a big way, like, who you are. What's under that tower? 3 of Cups. And the Star. This to me is false starts. This to me is pursuing things that weren't really right for you to be pursuing. Like, it just wasn't true to you. And like what your greater purpose was right now. Sagittarius, let's go ahead and pull a rune card to see like what we do from here. Bircha. Terrible pronunciation. The birch tree, the rune of the birch tree. It's about motherhood. It's about nurturing. It's about protecting yourself, protecting your energy. You notice in this card, she has armor on. So this person who's doing this really vulnerable thing is protected. The moon rules High Priestess, which is associated with Cancer. Cancer is very psychic and very emotionally intelligent and vulnerable, but also guarded and protecting themselves. And what you need to do, Sagittarius, right now is protect your energy. Think about your energy as something that can be like easily manipulated or distorted or corrupted. Imagine like go through life visualizing that you have an aura around you, and that like the energy that your aura interacts with changes it. And then you have to take steps to protect yourself. To just know what's good for you to be around and what's not. To almost like mother yourself. To care for yourself in that way. That's what this is calling on you to do, Sagittarius. Overall, guys, again, with your ruling planet coming into your sign, a really deep understanding of your own identity. Growth. Growth is a big word here. Maybe that'll be the title of this video, growth. Sag, website's not up and running yet, so I'm still doing Etsy readings. So if you were interested in one of those, it's in the description. The description of the cards as well. Instagram link is there. Follow me there. And then I also have a link for my PayPal. If you watch these readings every month and you get something out of it and want to help keep the channel running, any little bit you can contribute is super helpful. And I appreciate it very much. But Sag, you know, it's sort of like you have reason to be happy here. You have reason to feel like things are changing for the better. It's been a little rough. It's been rough. Financially, emotionally. But your just indomitable spirit is what's really behind this change, this desire, this sense of your life having worth that you don't want to squander anymore. And now things are changing. And now we're moving into the rest of November, into December, and then into the new year, like brand new, evolved, grown, right? Passionate about what you want and who you are and how you want, what do you want out of life? Easy. I love you so much, Sagittarius. Have an amazing month. It's gonna be great. And I'll talk to you in December. All right. Bye-bye.